to hold me like you don't wanna break. I need some space, just think about it, think about it. Maybe separate is better, better. I will love you till forever, forever.
Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Akpenebookings. Thanks so much for stopping by. So in today's video I am going to be doing a story time, which I've never done before. So guys, show some love, like and share this video, subscribe and do comment in the comment section. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you guys about a pageant that I went for and how they scammed me. Whilst I'm doing that, I am going to be doing my makeup as well. So you're going to be watching me do my makeup whilst I tell you the story, okay? I feel like I'm too far. Let me come close. So first I'm going to spray my face with my setting spray. And wait for that to just dry, just to hydrate my face. So as I was saying, I went for this pageant. This was 2020, okay? So I went for this pageant and it was called Miss Glam Unique Africa, all right? So this particular pageant that I went for, it was supposed to be an entrepreneurial thing. I'm not one who is big for pageants, so I want to be a queen or whatever it is people do, but because they said it was an entrepreneurial pageant where when you go you are given some amount of money to start your business. And that time I had come out of school. This is dried. I had come out of school. That was 2018. I had finished my national service in 2019. So 2020 was when the pageant was supposed to take place, or the pageant was held. So I heard about this and then I went to pick up the application form. I went for auditions. I'm applying primer on my face. I went for auditions and I was picked. So as I said, it's a pageant, right? And with every pageant there's always a winner, and the winner goes home with a prize or something. Most often it's a car, and this time around, because it's an entrepreneurial pageant where the winner takes home some money to start a business, they decided they were going to give the winner 100,000 Ghana cedis to start her business. First runner-up would take 50,000 Ghana cedis, and then second runner-up will now take 30,000 Ghana cedis, if I'm not wrong. I don't know whether it was 30,000 or 20,000. So yeah, we're all excited. Like, who doesn't like money? Because that, as at that time, even now, that's a lot of money, like loads of money, okay? Because 100,000 Ghana cedis is like, it can do a lot for you. And if you can just start a business with just 100,000 Ghana cedis, not like you are now starting afresh from the beginning and saving up your profits to like reinvest in your business. Like, that's a lot. We're excited. Me, I was like, yo, I didn't want to work for anyone. I wanted to be by myself, open a salon. I had plans, you know, everybody had plans. So we were all excited. And then we now went into the pageant house, okay? So the pageant was more like they were going to be filming everything that happened in the house. So I was thinking it was going to be like some BB Niger. I don't know if you know BB Niger, like BB Niger type of stuff, and I was really panicking because I didn't know how to really be in front of a camera, how I was going to be myself. I didn't know what it was going to be about. But when I got to the house, I realized that, oh, it wasn't anything serious. So maybe when we are having you know, like during a pageant, Saturdays they usually have a program where you contest for something, or you do a competition and then one person wins and someone is asked to go home, or what's it called? I've forgotten the word. Like, it's removed from the pageant that day and the person goes home, and it continues like that till the finals. So when we got to the house, some of the tasks that we were given was to create a business plan on how we're going to spend the money, what we're going to use it for. We had workshops. It was really nice and they really groomed us fine. I was excited about the whole experience. I made new friends, blah 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 blah. So right now it got to a time in the pageants, we were hearing rumors that they didn't have any money to like continue with the show, and we were really worried, but they told us, oh, it wasn't anything, we need not panic, blah 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 blah. 2 weeks into the finals, they came to tell us that we had to start feeding ourselves with our own money, and I started having worries. Like, I started worrying, I started having doubts, like, if you are going to be giving us 100,000, a whooping 100,000 Ghana cedis, or 50,000. In fact, the whole prize money amounted to 180,000 Ghana cedis. So if you have 180,000 Ghana cedis to just give to people in a competition, and you can't afford to like give them food, I mean, food is not really a problem, it's not like that serious, but like, and you can't afford to give them food, how are you going to cough up that money to pay them at the end of the pageant? Because we've heard a lot of stories in Ghana especially, where there are people who go for pageants and they are not giving their prize money at the end of the day, and these winners take the people to court, and it becomes a whole lot of, you know, like, you are not grateful, blah blah blah, like as if you, the person who went for the pageant, you're a very wicked person. Sorry, I'm speaking away, but then like you signed an agreement, you had a contract, like this is what you said, you put out there to the public, that if you come and take this form and you win this pageant, you are going to be giving the person 100,000 Ghana cedis. Let me not digress. So we were told that we should eat our own food. So for like 2 weeks straight, we were buying food for ourselves. We would go out of the house to, mind you, when we were in the house, we weren't supposed to step out. It was like a security zone, like you were not allowed to go out unless it's for something very, very important or it's really pressing. Okay, so we were allowed to go out to go and look for food and all that stuff. We didn't say anything. When I heard about it, I was like, nah, this is not right. I'm not feeling good about this. And I wanted to opt out of the pageant because my intuition never fails me. It never ever fails me in any situation at all. So I was like, nah, I'm putting in my resignation or whatever it is. I don't know how to put it, but like I typed a whole letter. I had a laptop in the pageant house. I typed a whole letter and I told the manager. By then she was a lady, let's call her Madame Beatrice or Madame B. So Madame B, I typed this whole thing to Madame B, and she was like, why am I opting out from the pageant? I'm one of the people who are doing well. We are doing really, really well, and she would be sad to see me go. So don't I want the prize money? Blah, 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 blah. Mind you, we were doing votes. Our families and friends and loved ones were voting for us. And I felt like, nah, these people, like, nobody even knows about this pageant. It's very new, and I feel like they thought it was going to have a lot of traction at the beginning, but that was the maiden edition, all right? And I don't even know what I was thinking going for that pageant. Maybe I like money or something, I don't know, but I should have seen the signs. So our families and friends were voting for us. You know, every pageant, you have to put in your effort, and then people are going to vote for you. So the more votes you get, the more, so the more votes you get, the more winning chances you have. Okay, so they were really voting for us massively, and because it wasn't like a well-known pageant like Miss Malaika, Miss Ghana, Ghana Most Beautiful, and those things, like it wasn't really pulling people to vote for them as massively as they thought they would like get. Okay, so as I was saying, like they were voting for us, but like it wasn't from like the whole country, like how Miss Malaika, a lot of people vote for them. They got over millions of votes, you know, week by week they are getting a lot of votes. It wasn't like that for us because this was the maiden edition, and they didn't really push or market the whole brand or the pageant as much as they should have. They didn't, so a lot of people didn't know about. So the most people who were voting for us were just our family and friends and blah blah blah, you get it. So it wasn't like that much. So I feel like they were a bit disappointed about how the whole thing went. So during the pageant, there were fun times. I made new friends up to this day, and I mean, where there were times where we had to do projects, we had to invite people to attend, we had to get sponsorships. And this particular sponsorship, I paired up with one lady. She's also a YouTuber. I paired up with her, and then we did a makeup master class. So with that one, I felt like it was very easy. We didn't have to go beg anyone for sponsorships. I don't know how the other ladies did it, but they also had their own sponsorships that they did. So after the pageant, fast forward to the semi-finals that we're supposed to have, they told us that they were not going to have the semi-finals anymore, so we should use that week to rest. I was like, why would you be having a pageant and then you wouldn't, like, you'll be giving the people 1 week to, it's not normal, like it's not done anywhere. You are supposed to have the semi-finals, evict, the word I was looking for from the beginning was evict someone, then at least the 5 people who are supposed to go for the pageant, I've even forgotten the number of us that went for the finals, will go for the finals. Another red flag. But for me, whether there was a red flag or not, I was still going to stay through to the end of the pageant. You get it? So I was like, nah, this is a red flag, and I doubt if they are going to give us our money. So most of the girls who were there were all like, hey, if they should mess up and they don't give us the money, we're going to take them up, we're going to take them to court, blah blah blah. We're just talking. Oh god. So even for the project that I told you about that we did, where I did the master class, we're supposed to have a winner for it, like who did best in it. Like, you're supposed to give marks, award something for it, but they never did. And also we're supposed to get prizes for petty competitions that we did, like cooking competition. We went to Legon Botanical Gardens to go and do the canopy walk, and a team won. My team there, we didn't win because it's not me that will come and be walking on that canopy and come and fall. Like, I was having panic attacks, so they had to bring me down. I couldn't continue, so because of me, my team didn't win. So we're getting to the finals, and that day we were hearing things like we're going to get our prize money, like they were going to give it to us that day, blah blah blah. For me, I wasn't really excited. Or is this particular lady, she felt like they were not going to give us anything, so she told people to stop voting for her, and she was putting her money in her pockets. But me, I went to tell my people to stop voting for me. They said no, even if I won't come home with anything, I should at least be among the first 3. Like, they took the whole thing personal. But me, I'm the one there, and I was telling them that, see, these people, they are not going to give us anything, so stop voting. Even on the ground, I think my brother was there, and then I was like, he should stop voting, shouldn't worry. This guy said no. He was voting like hell. I was like, nah, this guy, you're just wasting your money, because they are not going to give us anything. Because I think everyone was excited about the fact that I was going to start a business, or my life was going to change right after the pageant. And that is what mostly happens. Like, after a pageant, you see that the winners' lives have changed. Like, there's some kind of standard, there's some kind of level, like, you know, they are no longer who they used to be. Some of them, like, they have their cars, they get deals and gigs from companies. Everybody wants to work with them. They automatically become influencers, you know. So me, I was actually, the way this thing is going, let me go and sit my somewhere, because there is no way in hell that I was going to get my money. So on the day of the finals, we all put in our best. They gave us wigs, they gave us beautiful costumes. Like, they really put in, like, the effort for that one. I would give it to them. Like, it was really, really, really nice. Me, I was excited about the whole thing, but I just knew that I wasn't going to get any prize money. I was just hoping against all odds that, Charlie, what I'm feeling is not right. Like, it's not true. That was what I was, like, praying for. Because, and then me too, when they got to the talent show, I was supposed to perform a song by Tiwa Savage. I think it's this song, Koroba, 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 Koroba. I was so excited to perform the song, and I got to stage. Oh, I couldn't sing the song. Like, I had forgotten the lyrics. You see the lyrics, that the song that when you go on stage, they're already like, they're just giving you the beats. They are not like playing the whole song for you to mime alongside. Oh, I don't know what came over me. I said that I'm star performer, so I can go and sing the song that I used just 3 days to learn. Okay, fine. On a normal day too, I'm not someone who is really good with lyrics. I can lie in every song that will sing on this I will lie in it. So I don't know what sent me. So I felt like I was going to do well on stage. I went on stage, and then they played the beat, and where I was supposed to start singing the song, it's not like I didn't know the song. Oh, there was so much noise around, so where I was supposed to start singing the song, it had already passed. And by the time I would come back, I was already dancing on stage. By the time I would come back within myself and realize that nah, they've already started the song long ago, so if I should even start now, it was going to be a flop. So let me just pack my things and go. So I decided to just drop the mic. I dropped the mic on the stage, and then I ran off. It was really embarrassing. Like, I've never felt so embarrassed. And I went backstage. So I went backstage and I went to shed a few tears. And my brother came over. He came to pamper me as the last baby that I am. He came to pamper me. People were like, oh, I shouldn't worry about it. It's not anything. It's not a big deal. So I'll even be surprised. I might even win, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm getting a lot of votes. And I was actually, whoever is voting, people should stop voting. Like, I don't see myself even winning this thing and all that. So fast forward, we finished the whole show. Everybody was excited. Like, we had our family members come for the show and everything. They were all excited. They were there. They were cheering us on and everything. So the best amongst us won. I feel like that was like what actually happened, because she was really good. She really put in her best. Like, I feel like she is someone who is very competitive. So me, I gave up along the line. It's not me that I'll come and kill myself. So I just decided, nah, this wasn't for me, and that was it. So even with me being like a difficult towards the whole thing, like at the end of like the pageant, I still managed to be second runner up. So this is where the main thing starts, where the scamming thing starts. I still managed to be second runner up. So they announced first runner up, sorry. They announced the second runner up. She came on stage. Then they announced me. I came on stage. Then the winner was also announced, and then she came to sit on her queenly chair, and then I think they gave her flowers or something. So when we went backstage, like, the rest of the girls were asking, yo, like, why weren't we giving, like, you see, when you win a pageant, they give you this big check on the stage, so that everybody can see that this is the amount of money that they've given you, but they just gave us flowers. And everybody was panicking that, hey, you guys are not going to get your money, blah blah blah. I'm doing my best. Let me keep quiet for now. Sorry guys. So you guys are not going to get your money, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh, me, I knew it was going to happen, so there's no need for me to even say I'm surprised. So it's not anything. So right now we were having conversations. The pageant was over as they've announced like the winners and everything. So we've all gone backstage to go and meet our families and friends who had come to cheer us on and everything. And one of the girls came to tell me that she heard the winner had gotten some amount of money, which is 5,000 Ghana cedis. And I was like, how true can that be? Can they really do that to us? Give the winner money and then we are just them. So after taking pictures with our families and friends and greeting everyone, we all went back to the house. We, the ladies, I mean, we went back to the house. We danced, we ate, like, we forgot about everything just for that day. So the next day, we're all supposed to go back to our various houses. And we had a meeting. Sorry. Oh, I feel like I should remove this thing because it is getting in the way. Let me remove this thing quickly. We went back to the house, we ate, we danced and everything. So the next day we're all supposed to go home, and we all went, like we were packing our stuff. Everybody, one lady even left. She was, I don't know that she was annoyed that she hadn't won, or I don't know. So she packed all her stuff and then she left that night. Then the same night that we we had the pageant, she just packed her things and left. And out of anger, she packed foodstuffs like that we had from sponsorships, and then she took it home. Because I felt like, even now when I look back, I feel like I should have done same. Because like, what was the gain in all that? They didn't even give us like 10 pesos that take for your time. Do you get it? Okay, so the next day, the manager, or the manageress, she's a lady, I don't know, the manager came, and then she was like, she would like to have a meeting with us. We should pack the house, we should clean everywhere, and make sure we leave the place looking nice. We're like, okay, no problem. So we did that, and we asked her, okay, so what about our prize money? What are you guys going to do about it? And then she was like, oh, we would hear from them later on. So we left the pageant house, and then we were asking them what is going on. Like, we are not hearing from you guys. 1 month passed, 2 months passed. I don't know, that was up to 3 months. And then I was like, nah, the way this thing is going is really not cool. So one of the ladies was like, I think we should take them to court. I was like, I don't have court money. I can't pay lawyer. And if I had a lawyer friend, I would have been excited. But then over the time I had this lawyer friend, I met someone who was a lawyer, and I asked him about the whole pageant thing. So this lawyer friend was like, did we sign a formal contract? That if we should have signed a formal contract, it would have been an evidence for us to take to court, and it would prove that, like, it would be easy to prove that, yeah, we really had an agreement that they'll be giving us this amount of money. But I felt like all the pageants in Ghana, I don't think Malaika, they get up and then they are like, come and sign this contract after they've put out there that they are looking for a queen to become the next Miss Malaika. And like, they putting the information out there alone is like already prove that, yeah, they are serious about this. And at the end of the day, if they are not being given their money, they can do something about it. Okay, that was how I felt. But this lawyer friend was like, nah, since it wasn't in an agreement, it wasn't a contract, blah 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 blah, there is no way in hell we were going to get that money. I was sad. Guys, was I sad? I was so sad. Like, I was like, so right now there's nothing that we can do about this thing. These people have just taken us for a ride. How are we going to fix it? So they invited us to come for a meeting, because we're putting pressure on them that, now you guys have to give us our money, you cannot take us for a ride, blah 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 blah. And then they were like, okay, we should come for a meeting. And we went for the meeting. We waited. Man, did we wait? We waited. And then one guy came. We were asking him what was going on, because we had been waiting for so long. We don't understand what's going on, so they should tell us something. And he was like, oh, the real boss is not in, so they were trying to get her to come and all that. And we're like, okay, what about the managers that was in the house with us? And then they were like, she wasn't part of the whole thing anymore. So they now explained to us that she went against. So I feel like they were using her as, I don't want to say, let me say a scapegoat. The real word is not coming, but let me say a scapegoat. So they were using her as an scapegoat because she was no longer part of the business. They were like, she wasn't approved. Like, they didn't approve the idea of them having a pageant during that year, because COVID had just hit and it was now going down bit by bit, and the company wasn't really doing well. And then she just decided to do a pageant, and then she went ahead and did it without the top person's approval. That was the story they were telling us. Okay, so I was like, okay, fine, if that is the case, it's not a problem. So when are we getting our money? Can you imagine these people open their mouth to tell us that even they are not seeing top? And what's it called? MTN had their money had got locked up with MTN. They can't find 5,000 CDs of the votes. And I'm like, hold up. You are supposed to give the winner 100,000 Ghana cedis, or have they forgotten? And me 50,000 Ghana cedis, and this lady right here 30,000 Ghana cedis. And now you're telling me, you're giving me stories about 5,000 Ghana cedis. How is that our business? Because even with the money they were going to give us, it's not like they were going to give it to us for free. They were going to invest in the business. They were going to have shares in our business, and like sort of like be like investors in our business, because at the end of the day they helped us with their money. That was the agreement we had. That was what they put out there on air for us to even come and pick forms from their offices to fill, and then come through this whole process of staying in that house for that long, and then you now tell us that your money, your 5,000 Ghana cedis is with. I'm like, I was so pissed. Hell, I was so pissed. I was so pissed, and I was like, see, let me just keep quiet, because this person who is even giving us the information, is not his fault. He is just at the front line being used as a sacrificial lamb to come and give us the information. So I was like, see, let me just leave this guy alone, because if I don't and I continue like this, he might cry. And that was it. So fast forward, we kept calling the what's it called, the lady that was with us, I mean the manager. We kept calling the manager, and she wasn't answering our calls. Nobody was minding us. So we were, I think the winner called someone at the place, and then she was telling us, they were like, we're going to hear from them, so we shouldn't worry, blah blah blah. And then she was like, we should still go ahead and then talk to a lawyer. And I was like, me, I should waste my time to go and talk to a lawyer for what? Does it look like these people, they have the money to give us? And I felt like maybe I should have found a way to just, sue these people. But actually, I was thinking about where I was going to get money to pay a lawyer. I couldn't afford it at the time. Those times I had just come out of national service. I wasn't really doing much. The small business I was doing too, I had left it, and I was doing the pageant. So like I was very low at that point. So I was like, see, let me just let this thing go, and then focus on my life. And what I was going to use the money for too was for a salon. I've always wanted to open a salon. And I was like, these people have just shattered my hopes. And that time too, I had just started doing this makeup thing fresh, and I was so excited about it. And I wanted to also have like a session for teaching makeup classes. You get it? So my hopes were really shattered. I was so sad. So that was it. And after that 2020, they've never held the pageant again. It was as if like we were the first and last. We took the whole show away. Like that was just it. They never had the pageant again. So guys, I went ahead and did my lashes and my eyeliner off camera. I didn't mean for the eye look to look this intense, but I made a mistake with the eyeliner actually, so I had to just be creative about it. So yeah. I always like to go in with a lot, guys. So guys, to this day, nobody has taken their phone to call us, check on us. How are you guys doing? How is your life going? Like that at least would mean something. I mean, we don't need your how are you doing, blah blah blah. Like it shows something. But these people were just, and I think they are just unapologetic about what happened, and it's an experience. It teaches us a lot. You need to be patient about a lot of things. If you feel like something is too good to be true, then do not go for that thing at all, because at the end of the day you're just going to be wasting your time. But I feel like it wasn't a whole waste of time, because I met certain people that like added value to my life. I got to learn a lot of things from some of the girls. It was like the grooming alone was okay, but I'm not saying what they did was right. It wasn't right at all, and on no level should you accept it when someone does something like that to you. And the one thing that I took from this particular situation is always make sure anything you are going into, let it be written down. It should be a signed contract between you and that person. And I really hope that pageant never bounces back, actually, because why should they? And if that is, especially if they are going to be repeating the same things they did to us, then please no. I'd actually take care and go there and go and tell the girls, please, you're wasting your time. They're not going to give you a dime. They're just going to collect your money and do nothing with it. So please do not waste your time. I'm joking. I'm not going to do any of that. But please, if you're going for a pageant, make sure you do your research. Is this pageant worth it? Is it worthwhile? Are you going to be getting all that you want? I've been hearing a lot of stories about these pageants in Ghana, and so far it's only, I think, 2 or 3 pageants that's like really deliver on their promises or on their part of the deal. Okay, so make sure you do your research well, so that you don't go waste your time like I did and come out broken hearted and all depressed because you felt like your life was going to be big, or you were going to be here after the pageant, and then you are still on this level and you feel like your friends are going to be laughing at you and everybody's going to be feeling like, hey, what did she use the money for? She just wasted her votes, blah 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's story, and thank you so much for watching. If you do like this story, let me know in the comment section. If you want more story times like this too, let me know in the comment section. Mind you, this is my first time doing a story session where I'll be talking. So if there is anything wrong with the video, know that there will be improvements along the line. See you on my next video, guys. Bye.